Start the session.
Yes, ma'am. A very good afternoon to one and all present here. I, Sashmita Behra, a team member of Institutions Innovation Council of Government College of Engineering Nagpur, will constantly inform you all about the entire webinar on topic Business Model Canvas. On behalf of IIC, I really feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to you all. On this occasion, it's a great pleasure and honor for me to welcome our guest speaker, Mr. Narendra Madhav Jog sir, Honorable Principal Dr. Nitin Ghavghave sir, President of IIC Dr. Satyaja Kadam ma'am, Institute's NISP Coordinator Dr. J.B. Randhawa ma'am, and all the faculty members, and a hearty welcome to you all. We need your support to make this event memorable and fantastic. Now, I would like to introduce you all to our guest speaker, Mr. Narendra Madhav Jog sir. He is a director of Jog Hospitality Private Limited, dealing in catering, home delivery food services, guest houses, function and marriage halls in Nagpur. He has been looking after Parshuram Urban Cooperative Credit Society as a vice chairman from year 2006 till date, and Chittapavan Brahman Sangh as the president from last 5 years. He was also the president of Rotary Club of Nagpur Downtown in the year 2004. Thank you, sir, for joining us and gracing this webinar with your presence. Before starting the session, I would like to brief you all about what is Business Model Canvas. Basically, Business Model Canvas is a visual framework for describing the different elements of how business works. It illustrates what business does, the resources it needs to do that, for and with whom, and how much money flows in and out of the business. It is also used to design new business models or to analyze current business models. Now, I request Honorable Principal Dr. Nitin Ghavghave sir to say a few words on this occasion. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Sashmita. Today's guest of honor and the expert speaker, Advocate Narendra Jog, Professor Dr. J.B. Randhawa, Dr. K.N. Kadam, Dr. Rajesh Raut, all my dear friends. Warm welcome to all at this today's webinar. Sir, I am very happy to interact with you after a long time.
Yeah.
In fact, this webinar was supposed to be organized well before, but due to a number of reasons, we could not conduct this webinar, and finally, Madam and all the student coordinators could take your appointment and organize this today's webinar. Dear friends, as we know, the speaker is a well-known entrepreneur and a successful businessman and managing director of Jog Hospitality. Those who are residing in Nagpur, I don't think that any one of you might not be knowing about Jog Hospitality and Jog caterers. So instead of speaking much more, let us listen from the speaker and how a successful businessman can be. In fact, I have 2-3 doubts. Definitely, I will be interacting with you after the session is over. So, thank you, sir. Thank you for being with us, and welcome once again at this webinar. I request all the students to listen. Whatever the tips we will be giving to you, definitely we will be interacting through questionnaire session after the session is over. So thank you for calling me over here. Over to Sashmita, please.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Gaining knowledge is a never ending process. It should be upgraded daily. So, today, for enlightening us, I would like to invite our guest speaker, Mr. Narendra Madhav Jog, sir, to share his knowledge and experiences with us and take forward this webinar. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sashmita. It's really a great pleasure to be here and interacting with students of your college. Good afternoon, Gavgave sir, Randava madam, and all the faculty members attending this seminar. I am not very much used to speaking on such faceless seminars where I can see just 2, 3 faces. I'm used to seeing 60, 70 students and talking and interacting with them. But okay, let's try this out. I would request all of you to jot down a few things whenever, whatever is worthwhile for you to lead you ahead in your life. There might be very small things, but that would help you in your life, definitely. So, I would first share my story with you all. I am a commerce graduate with law qualifications. I was born in Nagpur and brought up in Bombay. In school days, I was in Bombay, first to 10th. Then from 10th to 12th, I was in Nagpur in Hislop College. Then I did BCom there. Then I did LLB. But while doing my commerce graduation, I was very sure that I want to enter into entrepreneurship and I want to become entrepreneur. So I was trying my hand on very small or big things, whatever came to my mind. So I used to try it. That time, we were not having computers and internet and all these things. So the source was newspapers. So I used to look at the newspaper at 5:30 in the morning. The newspaper used to come at 6. I used to be ready with my bath and everything over. And whatever opportunity I used to see in the newspaper, I tried to grab it and get into it. It might be some small jobs like taking out grass from the premises or making small mechanical engineering parts or supplying of fans or whatever. So that way I entered into some kind of entrepreneurship. Then I tried my hand on selling biscuits, selling cloths, and kind of so on and so forth. So by the time I was doing my law, I was already earning something around 1,500 to 2,000 rupees a month, which was almost the salary of a bank clerk in those days. I am talking about 1986, 86, 87, 84, that period. So I was very sure, and for that I used to work for 2, 3 days in a month maximum. So I thought that whatever I do, I can definitely earn money by doing something. After completing law, I went to the court, but I did not find the atmosphere very interesting. And within a month or so, I got fed up with that legal practice and started looking for some opportunity. In 1989, 88, 89, I got an opportunity to become caterer at Gondwana Club. Gondwana Club was then and even today is the finest social club in Nagpur. So one of my relatives was doing catering there and was not interested in taking it forward. So I had gone to him to look for some opportunity, and he said, if you want to do something, you can take up this catering and do it. So that day in 88, I became a caterer. And 88, 89 half, I was doing catering at Gondwana Club. I learned what a chicken tikka is and what tandoori chicken is. I never knew anything out of that by that time. Then 1991, I was running a wine shop. 91 to 93, I was again running a bar. In 93, I came back home with some losses and was thinking what to do. And this idea of home delivery food service came to my mind. That was because in Bombay in those days, Dollops ice cream was giving home delivery of ice creams. And somebody said, why not somebody give home delivery food in Nagpur or somewhere? So I thought, okay, I'll do this. And I got enrolled some 150 members by enrolling them at 50 rupees a membership, and started this idea of home delivery food service. This kept on growing, and with that, I started doing small catering jobs also. In 2004-5, I got a bungalow near my house and converted it into a guest house. That was again a new concept for Nagpurians. There were no guest houses before that. So that business also grew well, and I have now almost 45 to 50 air conditioned rooms in Nagpur. One of the biggest building I have is behind Hotel Pride near airport, which has 18 rooms and a banquet hall. Then in 2004, I shifted my catering business to this premise from where I'm speaking. It is on Hingna Road. There we have a 5,000 square foot kitchen from where we deliver food anywhere in Nagpur within 1 hour. And anywhere means absolutely anything means absolutely anything. We supply whatever food you can think of. Veg, non-veg, continental, Chinese, anything. And that too in 1 hour. We work all 365 days a year continuously from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. So when this idea grew up in 2004-5, we entered into catering business, and then in 2018, we started our own restaurant in the same premises on Hingna Road that is named as Plated. So now this restaurant was a new addition. This was because of customers' pressure. Customer used to, it is okay that you are giving food at home, but what about a place where we can come and enjoy your food? So it was a compulsion from the customers, and then we started this guest house, this Plated restaurant also. And in recent 2-3 years, we acquired 3 big size halls, one in Hingna Road, namely Maharaja Celebrations, which is 50,000 square foot banquet hall. Then one is Gulmore Celebration, which is in Khamla, that is central Nagpur, where you can have functions up to 500 to 600 people. And then in Besa, Grand Eventica, where you can have, again, it is a 12,000 square foot hall, where you can have big marriages, conferences, and so on and so forth. So this business, by increasing the business, I remember in 1993, the first year, our turnover was 2 lakh rupees. And this year, in spite of COVID, we would be touching 10 crore rupees. So it is a rise of almost 500 times. When I look back, I am a first generation businessman. Nobody in my business knew what business is. In my family knew what business is. Everybody came from a service class background. My father was superintendent engineer in irrigation department. I did not get any capital from him even. I started with 5,000 rupees of my own and did this. And clocking a turnover of 10 crore this year is a kind of fairly good achievement for in a city like Nagpur. It's a middle level city, and in food business where the ticket size is very low, we supply even a single roti. The roti is of 16 rupees, or even a single rasgulla, which is of 18 rupees. By adding these small orders, we have to reach to the our target. And when I look back, there were many competitors in the market, but when I look back, what made me successful? Now I'm going to share with you the success mantras, or when I look back, which showed what I did right and I became successful. So these business policies or business mantras are applicable for any business, not just for food business. This is valid for any small or big business. So let us discuss it out. What makes you a successful businessman? I always think that we routinely say that in business, first impression is last impression. So what is first impression? First impression is your first appearance. When interacting with the customer or mixing with the society, your first impression should be good. So, what makes your first impression good? You should be clean, you should be neat and tidy, you should wear good clothes, you should have a good body language. So, you have to keep you well. So for any businessman, the businessman should look smart and dynamic. So the customer would think that his body language is dynamic, so he will deliver something good. So that is the first thing. Then for looking good, you should not have any vices. So bad vices are strictly no for any good businessman. Then when we look back, for when I was just starting my business, I used to go to other business personalities in Nagpur who had a bigger business size than me. I used to go and see their business, and they used to say, if it is a small thing like somebody asking for 20-25 persons catering, they used to say, no, we don't do such small jobs. And you can, at the most, this fellow is sitting here, Mr. Zog, you can give this job to him. That was their mistake, because whoever came to me for 25 persons, for 2000 persons also, he came to me only. So this mistake one should not do, that this is a small job, I will not do. Every small or big thing or big job is important for any businessman. Then in business, you should always involve your family members. Whoever is your spouse, your father and mother and your sister, whoever is at home, you should always take their help. If they are not doing anything at home, you can ask them to receive your calls. In the initial days, you don't have money to pay to the employees. And then you should take their help. They also feel important. And likewise, the money is also shared in the family. In my view, partnership is to get apart. So never look for business in partnership. Do your own business with your own potential. Because if you're good, then you can survive in the business. You don't need a partner. Where you need a partner is just for the capital purpose. And the capital mind well, if you have a good idea today in the market, there are many people who can invest in your idea. So you can take money on interest, or the banks are eager to fund you if you have a good idea, and then you can grow yourself. And because a partner takes 50% of your income, and in 50% of your income at a later stage, today's as of my stage of today, I can employ 100 persons in my 50% of my profit share. So it doesn't make any sense to have a partner just for the sake of having. And if he is intelligent than you, then he will definitely end up the partnership and do it on his own. So it's not wise to do it. Then when you do business, always remember that your employees should get what they need. Because even in a small business, when I started, I used to give my cook 4,000 to 5,000 rupees a month. And that time, I used to earn 3,000 rupees as profit. But 5,000 was his need of his survival. And I had to give that. Today, I am earning 10 lakh rupees a month, and the cook is still earning 15,000 a month. So that difference becomes evident, and by adding one member every time, you add some money to your kitty. So always remember, you must pay your employees well, and you must take care of your suppliers well, because when you pay your suppliers immediately or in the stipulated time, they always fight amongst themselves to supply you the material at a cheaper rate. And you don't need to go to the market and search for a supplier. They fight amongst themselves, and they give you a best deal because you are a good paymaster. When your professor told me that most of you are first year or second year students, if you want to become an entrepreneur, you should think of it from right now, because once you decide that you have to go into entrepreneurship, then you will acquire the skills of becoming an entrepreneur. And please never look for a job. This is a myth that you will work in some organization for 4 or 5 years and then you will start your own business. This never happens, because once you are used to the cozy atmosphere of your employer and getting the salary packet every month, then you don't exert to become an entrepreneur, and then the growth is very slow. So you have to take care of your suppliers, I said, and you have to recover your payments very fast. You have to study the cycle of the person whom you are supplying. If you are manufacturing something and supplying it to somebody, study his manufacturing cycle, how many days it takes for him to prepare the material, sell it in the market and get the money. And you should remember to recover your money within that cycle. Unless if you don't recover, he will again look for somebody, some other person as supplier. So try to recover as fast as you can. Now, for budding entrepreneurs like of your age, you have a problem of what to start always. Nowadays, you have internet and you can find out for opportunities of that thing. But even otherwise, in our country, you can go to metropolitan cities, look for ideas, because an idea from metropolitan city takes at least 5 to 10 years to come to a two-tier city like Nagpur. So you can look for an idea in Delhi, Bangalore, or Madras, or anywhere, and replicate it in Nagpur, and you will have the advantage of a first entry entrepreneur in the city. We have very many communities, business communities in India, and we can definitely learn from them. By different communities, I mean we have Punjabis who have a flashy lifestyle, and they will always impress you. Even if they have 500 rupees in their pocket, they will behave as if they have 5 lakh rupees. You have Marwadis who know their business well, especially the interest part of it. And I haven't come across any Marwadi with whom I did business and I was benefited. Generally, the Marwadi is benefited. Then you will come across the Gujaratis who are very sweet in their tongue. They will always talk sweetly with you and get business from you. You can look at Parsis as role models. We have many of Tatas and other people in Godrej and all kind of Parsis in the country, and you can learn a lot from them. Then punctuality is a essence of any business. I always quote my example. 15 years back, once somebody had called me to take a catering job, and I went to him after 20 minutes, and he said, "Acha, you are Mr. Zog." I said, "Yes, you had called me to take up the catering job and I have come." He said, "You are 20 minutes late. I waited for you for 15 minutes and then I called somebody else and I am negotiating with him." So that was the last day, 15, 20 years before, that I went late somewhere. Nowadays I go anywhere 2-3 minutes before. So punctuality is most important virtue one must have in him. In Marathi, we say, केल्याने देशाटन पंडित मैत्री सभेत संचार मनुजा ज्ञान येतसे फार, अशा अर्थाची म्हण आहे. तर केल्याने देशाटन की बाय रोमिंग अराउंड इन डिफरंट कंट्रीज और युअर कंट्री, पंडित मैत्री being associated with wise people, and sabhet sanchara, that is attending seminars, attending meetings, you can have a very successful personality. So you must keep moving in the market to know more about the things. The students of your type, that you are technical, all of you are technical students, you should always think of what skills or competencies we can learn so that the skills afterwards, when the skills become very essential, you are already ready with them. So always look for fast and rapid learning and continuous learning that will give you edge over the other students. I say in my personal life, I take care that I don't become ill or get ill for 365 days in a year, because everybody has the same time. And if you are ill, then somebody will go ahead of you. So you have to be, if you have to be in the market and in the competition, you have to be fit and ready for all the challenges. Then about government policies and government rules, I always say that please follow all government rules, because government penalties for not paying timely taxes, not paying even a simple electricity bill. If you see, if it is 1000 before the date, it is 1050 after the date. And 50 is 5%. And 5% is 5% a month, that is 60% a year, which is nowhere a bank interest rate. So please remember to follow all government rules, regulations strictly and timely. In business or anywhere in life, you have to always remember that postponement is a very bad thing. If you want to avoid postponement, a very simple thing you can do is write down the to do things as on date, and while writing the things you have to do on a particular day, write the things which you don't like or which you don't desire to do or which you want to postpone on the first point, as a first point, and afterwards write the easier things. Once you shoot at the difficult thing, then the easier jobs are definitely done. So make a to-do list every day. And somebody had said that it should be so perfect. Your work should be complete. Whatever you have thought of must be complete all the time, and you must be ready for a new challenge. That when the time of death comes, that should be the only thing to be done and nothing else. So you are ready with that also. And if as for students like you from this stage only, you should try to write your own diary. That I would say it is introspection, daily introspection. You should write while sleeping. I woke up at this time. I did this. I did this. So if you are not doing anything really, so you will write, I woke up at 8 a.m., then I went somewhere, then I had chat with my friend, then I looked at the mobile, then I saw a movie and all kind of things. And then I think if you are sincere, you won't be able to write this for more than 4 or 5 days. Then you will be fed up. Once you write that you want to become an entrepreneur and write the diary like this, it's very difficult for you to digest it, and for you to rise in your own eyes, you will definitely start doing something. And once you arrive at some idea, you have an idea of doing some business, please don't discuss the business with many people. Definitely discourage you from doing that business. So once you are through and once you are sure that you have to do that business, please do it. Remember that slogan of Nike. Nike writes it, just do it. So just do it, because even if you fail in your adventure or in your business, the same thing will teach you how to do it correctly. So not trying is very wrong. Try it, and if you fail, the thing will definitely teach you how to do it correctly. You should, for a businessman, you should always have positive attitude. Negativity doesn't have any place in an entrepreneur's life. Sometimes you get depressed. My simple suggestion is, whenever you think you cannot do something or you feel depressed, start doing something very vigorously. Start running, start walking, some fast physical activity that will all evaporate the bad things in your mind and will definitely make you active. Nowadays, the business is not of a big profit on a small deal. It is small profit and a big business. So the mantra is of give them more. When you do your costing, do it correctly. For costing, you have to see that you purchase your raw material at a very appropriate cost from your country or from outside the country and get your costing done properly, add minimum possible profit, and then sell it at such a margin that the person with whom you are supplying will think that you are making loss by selling goods to him, and then only he will regularly purchase things from you. Because if you are making higher profit, then many other persons will be attracted to the business and will enter in that business. I always suggest students to interact and involve themselves in social activities also. When we in our business we say that we do the thing first which doesn't give us actual profit. If some of my customer is asking me for some help, any kind of help, sometimes a small monetary help or something to be done for him, then if that is not generating any income for me, I must do it first. Because when the opportunity of giving money or earning money from him comes, he will always remember you first. And your face is your marketing tool. So you must keep on showing your face wherever possible. So you must interact with as many people as you can. घर में बैठ के किसी को भी पैसे नहीं मिल सकते. This is very clear. So घर में बिस्तर में बैठ के हमें पैसे मिलेंगे ये possible नहीं है. तो don't leave apart your mobile and TV and everything and be in the market as far as possible. Try to join different forums like TIE or Vidarbha Industries Association, so on and so forth. So all these things you should remember, and always in business you should boldly learn to say no. Many a times it is difficult for you to say the customer that I will not do this, but you say that I'll do it and it is not possible for you to deliver, then it gives a bad impression. So it is better to learn to say no. And in our business, we say that we try to do whatever the customer suggests us. And the small, always if you are ready to hear to the customer will tell you what another thing you can produce or you can sell to him. So learn to him carefully and try to satisfy him as much as possible. The days of customer satisfaction have gone now. I am saying the days of customer satisfaction have gone now. It is now customer pampering. So customer is God and God is always right. Please remember that and never ever lose your customers. It is very difficult to acquire new customers. It is very wise to retain the existing ones. Don't ever allow him to go away to anybody else. Try to accommodate him as much as possible and try to supply whatever he needs. So for any successful man, you have to remember all these things and work accordingly. Again, I'll take a couplet of Marathi. They say, Ghatka geli, pare geli, तास वाजे ठणाणा, आयुष्याचा नाश होई, रामकार्य म्हणा. I have just changed it a little. Ghatka geli. Ghatka is a second, you can say. Previously in ancient days we used to have a small utensil from where the sand used to drop, and that is ghatka and pare and everything. So ghatka geli, pare you can consider as minute. Ghatka geli, pare geli, tas is an hour. तास वाजे ठणाणा. So 1 घंटा गया, आयुष्याचा नाश होई, काम कार्य कराना. ऐसे राम कार्य मनाना की जगह So why not take the name of Ram? I say, why don't you work? So start working, do introspection every day, and try to utilize the time which is allotted to you. Everybody has limited and same time. Huh? And don't think that you are useless. Nobody is useless. The reason being, God doesn't create garbage. And if you look at a stopped watch, it is also right twice a day. So बंद गिरी हुई घड़ी भी दिन में 2 बार बराबर आती है. तो हम लोग तो बराबर है ही. And when we are human beings, just I said that God doesn't create garbage. तो हम कूड़ा कचरा भगवान बना नहीं सकते. तो everybody has something unique to offer to the society and business world. And again, the advantages or becoming a businessman are far more than being in service. In job, you have to move around. Then you don't have a settled life. Your family, next generation have nothing to look back. Like my children, they had all the freedom to do whatever they want to do, whatever they wanted to learn. My daughter pursued dancing, my son learned singing, and still they joined my business afterwards, after completing whatever education they wanted to do. So this is a major advantage of becoming an entrepreneur. And in these days, when Narendra Modi is leading our country, and we are all talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat, so everybody, the world, our 125 crore people, not the country cannot employ everybody. So the onus is on the entrepreneurs. So I request everybody to do something and at least employ 2 to 4 persons, so that this employment problem of our country is also over. And that is expected from technical students like you. When you are learning in such a good institute, you should take maximum advantage of your these 4 years and go ahead in your life. Then you can do so many things for the country, for the society, because when you are in business, you have some disposable money which you can use for the benefit of the society. And whatever is what you reap, that comes back, they say. So आप जो भी सोसाइटी के लिए करते हो, वो सोसाइटी आपको वापस देती है. Anywhere you cannot do business in the jungle. You have to live in the society, so you have to be connected in the society. You have to do something for the society, and the society will definitely give something in return. Then you have to set your objectives, because हम अगर कोई प्रण करेंगे नहीं, हम ठहराएंगे नहीं कि we will reach this goal. जैसे हम लोग आज ऐसे ही घर में बैठे और सोचे कि हम दिल्ली पहुंच जाएंगे, तो will not reach. We'll have to decide that we have to go to Delhi. So you will see on the net, book your ticket, railway or flight, whatever it is, book your hotel tickets, and then you go to Delhi. So it is very necessary for a businessman to set his targets, goals, which would be definitely achievable and reachable. So you should have some small time goals कि आने वाले 6 महीने में मैं ये करूंगा, आने वाले 1 साल में मैं ये करूंगा, आने वाले 5 साल में मैं ये करूंगा. Or then you should take monthly reviews or yearly reviews, whether you are able to reach to the target or not. In our business, we tried very small things to increase our business. Like in our home delivery food counter, we have chocolates to offer at the counter. Now, a regular shop in Nagpur doesn't have toffees to offer to the customer. But this is a simple experiment of catching them young. Because when the father comes out with the children say, चलो हम वहां जाते हैं पनीर बटर मसाला लेने. He is interested in that chocolate. So वो लड़का तब से हमारा कस्टमर बन सकता है. लेकिन मैंने एक बार देखा था कि when you give a first use currency note to the customer, he becomes happy. Or when you go to purchase something, and if your bill is 105 rupees and you give him 500 rupees, he will definitely say 5 रुपए छूटे नहीं है क्या? And in our establishment, we have decided we will never say so. If he gives 500 rupees, we will give him 395 rupees in return, and that too in full fresh currency notes. And the fresh currency note gives a sense of satisfaction to him. This costs nothing to you, and we accept all soiled notes also, because bank accepts all kind of notes. So why not accept soiled notes? So these small things. Then we started giving a smaller portion, whatever smaller portion is required. Like we give half plate of dal, or we send even a single piece of rasgulla to your residence, which is not done anywhere. Or in our home stay business, we always give 24 hours checkout time. Because whenever we check in some hotel, they say our check-in time is 1 in the afternoon and checkout time is 9 in the morning. If you are reaching the city at evening or at night, you will just sleep there and leave the hotel at 9. And then you have a problem where to keep the luggage and where to go. So we have kept it from the very beginning. Our checkout time is 24 hours. Whenever you come at night, 9 in the night, and you go next day, 9 in the night. So all these things, and you should remember that by doing in business, you are transferring the legacy to your the next generation also. And then when you are in business, you cannot decide as to we will do this business for 10 years, 15 years. There is no retirement. You have to keep on growing all the time, because the nature's simple rule is where growth stops, decay starts. And there is no equilibrium kind of thing कि मैं मेरा बिजनेस यहीं रुका दूंगा और मैं 10 करोड़ रुपए का ही धंधा जिंदगी भर करूंगा. When I think like that, as I said, where growth stops and you are at an equilibrium, unless you go up, you are bound to go down. So keep on growing as much as possible, and sky is the limit. Nowadays they say sky is the limit के जगह sky is the starting. So कितना भी हम बढ़ सकते हैं. So in our business also we think that the business is at least for 3-4 generations. कि मैं आपसे बिजनेस कर रहा हूं तो मेरा पोता आपके पोते से बिजनेस करना चाहिए. So this is a very good opportunity for you to contribute to the society, do something for your country, and do whatever you can do for your business, for your community, for your family, and everybody. So my earnest request to all the students is to not to depend on employment. Look for opportunities in the market. It is not at all necessary that because you are an engineering student, you should do something in engineering only. You can do any kind of business, because engineering gives you a base to study things methodically. That age is always there as against any other graduate. So you can use that afterwards, and you can hire people from other backgrounds and do any kind of business. We have ample examples in the country that some dropout has grown so much, and some engineer is doing something, and some commerce graduate is doing engineering work. So there is no limitation or barrier as to what you should do, but you should decide it this time only, and try and write down what you want to do and start working on it. Then only you will be able to do it, and without wasting a single day, try to be in the business and go in that direction. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful session.
Thank you.
We invite students to, okay, Gaugar sir, first we will have you to.
Very nice.
Questions.
Nicely, sir, demonstrated and told our students how to be a very a successful businessman. Definitely, all these small things are very important. Not only in our life to become entrepreneur, but in everyday life,
Yes.
whether the students, whether they opt for a good career, even they go to big corporate houses for the job placement.
Yes.
Whether they are doing their jobs or whether they are going to opt to be an entrepreneur as a career, all these tips are very important, and I feel definitely your whatever business canvas, as she has said, that definitely it will be a very motivation to us. Definitely, it is always better to be a job giver, not seeker.
Yes.
Okay, there are always two opinions: job seeking and job giving.
Yes.
So, job giver is always at a upper level. I always think. So, dear friends, I hope all of you many things. Sir, I have a very small query, a very small question. During
Yeah.
this Corona pandemic, how could you manage your business? Because all the restaurants and all these things were closed at that time for around
Yeah.
8 months or so. So
Yeah.
can you
Yeah.
share your experience, please?
Yeah, it was very difficult. I remember on 22nd of March last year, the
Yeah.
lockdown was announced. First 4 5 days we kept our business totally closed because even the staff was scared of coming to the office, and nobody was ready to call food even from us as home delivery food even. And then after 4 5 days we started the business, but in the first month it was just 10% of our turnover in April. Then May it was 20%. Then June it was 35%, and it took October to have almost up to 80% of our business. And in November the restaurants resumed, and then it went to 90%. But again, the big marriages was a problem. They were not going on, and even today the situation is again the same. And we had to have the 100% salary burden of our employees.
Right.
We paid them full, and we got assistance from MSME, that is Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises. They have given a soft loan at 8%. Without any collateral, without any guarantee of our exposure limit. So I got almost 1 crore rupees at 8%. Again, it was a burden because almost 80 lakh of it was wiped out in last 1.5 year, from last March to this 1 year. And mainly it went to the salary part of it, which is almost 12 to 15 lakh in my enterprise. I have almost 125 persons with me. So it is very difficult, and it will take another 1 to 2 years to cover the loss.
To restore regular things, right?
That taught us something, that you have to have a reserve of at least 1 year's salary. So in my business, I should have a reserve of at least 1.25 crore rupees with me, and somewhere in mutual funds or somewhere, which I did not have because I always had a model of borrow and grow kind of thing.
Yeah.
Being a first generation entrepreneur, I did not have money from my family or somebody. So I used to look for a good opportunity, borrow money accordingly, and go ahead and repay it in time.
Exactly.
So it's a difficult thing, but if you are honest and if you deal good with your employees, then they will definitely
you could manage it very nicely.
Yeah, we could do that.
Sure. And that makes the reputation.
Few small things also, how to cost cutting and all such things.
Exactly.
Some unnecessarily expenses we stopped. So that way also we improved a little.
Exactly.
So I look forward another 4 5 months it should come on the track.
Definitely, the situation will be
Yeah.
normal within a
With the
short
COVID.
time, and
Yeah.
we hope so.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Thank you so much, sir. Madam, over to you.
Yeah. Sir, there are some questions in the chat box also.
Sure.
The first question is, do you invest in stocks or share market?
No, because I have tried my hand 2, 3 times. I lost a lot of money. Mainly in Harshad Mehta's time, I lost 4, 5 lakh rupees in those days in 1993 or something. So I don't go at stock market. Nowadays, my policy and belief is simple as if you work, you will get money. If Tata works, Tata will get money. If Godrej works, Godrej will get money.
Yeah.
Even if you get money sometimes by investing in with them, other day they will take back your money. So the another good option if you want to go and invest in stocks is through mutual funds, where there are mutual fund houses and experts who can guide you how to invest and give you fair returns. Nowadays I am investing in shares through mutual funds and earning a fairly good return of 8 to 12%, and which is almost tax free unless you realize it. And even after realization, it is just 10% of your income. So it is very low. So it is better to invest in mutual funds, in shares through mutual funds. That's my advice.
Okay, sir.
And through expert,
Yeah.
unless you are one.
Now, the next question is, how can you say no if you say that it is time for customer pampering? So at the same time, we have to pamper, and at the same time, we have to say no also. So that is.
Say no is sometimes doing it like even if you are it is mainly in your personal life when somebody asks you monetary help or somebody asks you some unusual help, then मैं देखूंगा मैं करूंगा, that kind of approach is not suitable. You should blankly say no, or at least after giving a thought you should make him a message that this is not possible for me. That is a easy way out. It is very difficult to say bluntly sometimes no. I have adopted this method of saying I'll think over it and will let you know in 10 minutes. And I generally I make a message that this is not possible for me, that I will not be able to help you, kind of things that you can do.
Right.
But pampering is giving them better service, giving them what they want. Or in our business also, when somebody complains about something, like if I supply a plate of paneer butter masala to somebody, and if he says, yeah, I did not like this paneer butter masala. So the response could be, नहीं नहीं हमने तो आज 100 प्लेट पनीर बटर मसाला बेचा, आपको ही क्यों अच्छा नहीं लगा. But what we do is, we say customer is always right and he is king or he is God. So whatever he says is right. So if he did not like, the options are, I send you replacement immediately. If your dinner is over, I write down a credit in your name for 1 plate of paneer butter masala. Please adjust it in your other bill. If you did not like it so much, and if you say that I don't want to purchase anything from you anymore, I'll send the money back in 15 minutes. This is pampering. Or sometimes what happens now in this phase, most of the marriage halls have taken money as advances from people for their marriages and all that. And from 25th to this 7th, or even in earlier batch, all marriages are stalled, they are cancelled. So what people are doing, the people in our business, last day I was in one Mangal Karyalaya Association meeting and nobody is paying them back. Even in last 6 months also, they did not pay them. Even big hotels like Center Point and Tuli, they did not give their money back. They said, आप बाद में कभी भी शादी कर लीजिए और आपके पैसे cover कर लीजिए, or send some of your friends and ask them to do party. And in my case, whenever somebody asked me for refund, I immediately paid him back, even by taking out a loan. That creates a positive image in the market, and I look forward at it as goodwill generating time. So otherwise also the person is in a condition of sorrow and disappointment that the marriage is not getting done up. And then you tell him that I'm not giving your money, you adjust it any year and all that. This is not good. If you are in a position to give, and you should be in a position to give, because you have that money, you haven't utilized it. It is not good to say that I have used it somewhere and I'll give you afterwards. That is not good. So we are doing it that way. We are immediately this 25th to 7th also we are refunding almost 13.5 lakh rupees advances. And the people are happy and they will definitely come back to me whenever the market opens and whenever they have function in their party. And if I don't give, why should they come to me again? They will come just once to recover the money. But after that, they will never come. And they will tell 100% that this fellow is like that.
Yes.
So that is not good business.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can I put
Yes,
a question?
yes, yes.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
राऊत बोलते हैं, sir.
Oh.
सर माझा प्रश्न असा आहे की सर वी हॅव सम ऑफ द स्टुडंट्स हु आर इंटरेस्टेड इन अर्निंग अँड लर्निंग सो
Yeah.
तुमच्याकडे असं काही स्कोप आहे का तुम्ही विद्यार्थ्यांना अलाउ करता का
येस आम्ही एनकरेजही करतो अलाउ करतो मला खूप आवडतं लोकांनी माझ्या इथे येऊन शिकलेलं आणि माझ्यासारखेच धंदे वेगवेगळे काढलेलं आणि वेगवेगळ्या गावात जाऊन असंच मॉडेल रेप्लिकेट केलेलं कारण माझ्याकडे नाशिक पुणे मुंबई अशा जागूनही लोक येतात इथे येऊन माझं मॉडेल स्टडी करतात आणि आपल्या शहरात जाऊन करतात मला तेही आवडतं आणि इथे येऊन शिकायला ज्या मुलाला थोडस कॅच करता येतात गोष्टी त्याला शिकायला पुष्कळ गोष्टी मिळतात आणि त्याला नवीन संधी तो निर्माणही करू शकतो तो स्टायपेंड अर्नही करू शकतो एनीबडी इज मोस्ट वेलकम
येस
वन हू वॉन्ट्स टू वर्क या
येस सर थँक्यू सर सो मच
Sir, there is a question that if someone has their startup or business idea, then what should be her starting step, his or her starting step?
As I said, start working on it. Don't discuss it with many people. If you have faith in your idea, then start doing it. Whatever he has to do. Like he has to arrange capital, he has to arrange resources. He must start looking for it. For arranging capital, my simple suggestion is, firstly, आपकी इमेज मार्केट में ऐसी होनी चाहिए कि ये बंदा हमेशा सच बोलता है और जो बोलता है वैसे ही करता है ये अगर आपकी इमेज है तो योर फ्रेंड्स फैमिली एक्वेंटेंसेस आर ऑलवेज ईगर टू हेल्प यू आउट इवन फाइनेंशियली आई हैव बीन टेकिंग मनी इवन फ्रॉम माय फादर ऑन इंटरेस्ट राइट फ्रॉम माय कॉलेज डेज सो उनके ही पैसे हैं वो बैंक में रखने की जगह अगर बैंक का इंटरेस्ट रेट या आप उनको ऑफर कर सके बैंक में आज की तारीख में सिर्फ 6% ब्याज मिलता है वेयर एज यू हैव टू शेल आउट एटलीस्ट 12 to 14% interest on bank loans. So why not get it from somebody who is keeping money in the bank at 6%? But for that, for getting or attracting that kind of money, you have to have that kind of straightforward and clear image in the market. कि ये बंदा अपने पैसे बराबर काम में लाएगा और जैसे बोला है वैसे ही वापस देगा तो इस तरह से आप कैपिटल भी खड़ा कर सकते हो और अपना अपना काम शुरू कर सकते हो बहुत लाइसेंसेस रेगुलरिटीज इसकी शुरुआत में इसका विचार करने की जरूरत नहीं है काम शुरू कर दो तो अपने आप ये सब समझ में आता है कि क्या करना है क्या नहीं करना है
Yes, yes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, hello.
Can I?
Please ask your question.
Good afternoon, sir. My question to you is, it's my point of view that being an entrepreneur, being a businessman, and giving some social service can't go hand in hand. Sir, is this view correct? Or if it is wrong, then why is it wrong? That's my question.
Yes. This is a wrong view because I have been doing a lot of social service while doing my business. I just in my speech also I said कि आप जंगल में बिजनेस नहीं कर सकते हैं आपको बिजनेस सोसाइटी में ही करना है तो सोसाइटी में आपके प्रति अच्छी भावना तैयार होना आपकी अच्छी इमेज बनना जरूरी है और अच्छी इमेज सिर्फ आदमी ने अच्छे पैसे कमाए तो नहीं होती वो आदमी कितना सोसाइटी के काम में आता है। छोटी छोटी चीजें आप कर सकते हो, यू कैन गेट इन्वॉल्व इन रोटरी और जेसीज और समथिंग, और इनके थ्रू भी आप काम कर सकते हो, या किसी भी नीडी की किसी भी टाइप की हेल्प कर सकते हो। आज आप यूट्यूब पे इधर उधर वीडियो देखते होंगे, पूना में इधर उधर कचरा जमा करने वाली भी कम्युनिटी है स्टूडेंट्स की। तो ये एक वीडियो अगर कहीं जाता है और वो आदमी बिजनेस करता है, तो आगे वाला हमेशा सोचता ही है कि अरे ये दो आदमी है, इनमें से ये सिर्फ बिजनेस कर रहा, इसको मैं बिजनेस दूं, कि ये कचरा भी उठा रहा है सोसाइटी का, उसको मैं बिजनेस दूं। तो डेफिनेटली ये माइंड उसका चेंज हो सकता है और वो आपके तरफ आ सकता है। तो किसी की भी हेल्प करना सोसाइटी में और सोशल वर्क कुछ ना कुछ करना, ये अपने धंधे को सपोर्टिव ही है। इट इज इन योर ओन इंटरेस्ट कि आप कोई सोसाइटी के लिए काम करो, तो आपको वही सोसाइटी से और बिजनेस आएगा और ज्यादा पैसे मिलेंगे डेफिनेटली।
Sir, but basically, at own cost, if I start a social service, for example, you have a catering job.
Yeah.
If I have an idea, I start my own startup. For example, I am serving two people at the cost of 450 rupees the whole dinner. Okay, and
Yeah.
it's thing I kept low prices for giving a social experience to them. Like I am helping the needy ones for lower cost. But suddenly I found out that the cost was not enough to get back my expenses more, means I am in a loss state. And suddenly I priced that 450 to 850, for example. Sir, this doesn't look socially good, but for an entrepreneur like me, for a businessman like me, it would be a good that 850 rupees would be helping me out. So that I would not lost it. But socially it doesn't look good now. I am rising it to 400 rupees. But what outside people will think that the social service which he was provided now has been cancelled and he is getting into business. So
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है।
that what
Business-
like like
yeah. Go ahead.
So basically, that's what my question and prospection is, that like when I am having some in my pocket, then only I can provide you something. If I am only in my loss, then how could I socially help others? That's what my point is.
I tell you, in the Corona
Yes,
days, our business was at a very low slab. We had just 10 to 20% of our business, and still we were providing food at 25 to 30% of our cost to the needy persons on railway station or through some social organizations. But that also did not give us any loss, because our labor was idle that time. We had no labor cost. Anyhow, we had to pay them, and we could get out some work from them. We had to invest just in the raw materials and give the food to them. And that still after the Corona days, I'm still continuing that through Seva Kitchen of Mr. Khushru Pocha. You can go in Seva Kitchen, login for Seva Kitchen, and you can know the things. So you can always find out something which you can do, even by not incurring any loss to you, but definitely by not having any profit also. You should do some part, you should do for like that only.
Sir,
Thank you,
there is
sir.
a question. Yeah. Thank you, Arnold. There is a question which says that how to decide which business we can start.
नहीं, that वो स्पार्क हमें अपने आप ही ढूंढना पड़ेगा। हाँ, कि नहीं तो फिर इंटरनेट है, न्यूज़पेपर्स है, मार्केट की नीड, लोकल मार्केट की जो गैप है वो ढूंढने की जरूरत है, और फिर करने की जरूरत है। अपना लाइकिंग है इंडिविजुअल, वैसे तो कोई बिजनेस खराब नहीं है, लेकिन हर एक का अपना अपना लाइकिंग थोड़ा बहुत ज्यादा है, एक्सपर्टाइज है, that he has to look at it.
Sir, there is a question that what was the biggest and important teachable failure you got? Is there any failure which has taught you something very big?
Last 3 years back, we entered into an agreement with one educational institute CP and Behar Institute. It's a very old institution of Nagpur. They have a school opposite CP Club, and they had a small hall prepared there and 8,000 square foot premises. They entered into an agreement on BOT basis kind of agreement with us, in which we invested almost 2.5 crore rupees in the venture, in the hall and the open area, and we made it a grand banquet area kind of thing. And within 2 months, the society got a notice from revenue department because they had taken it on lease from Nazul at 1 rupee a acre kind of thing. So just a throwaway price for educational purposes. And they were trying to do something commercial on that plot. Even though we had a very good agreement with them that if there was any problem from the government authorities, then they will compensate us for the expenses we have done. But we had to stop that activity. We did just 2 functions there, and our almost 3 crore rupees are stuck there. And I am paying almost 3.5 lakh rupees a month to repay that loan. And now I have gone to arbitrator. Let us see what happens. But I don't think I will be getting anything out of it because the school organization doesn't have money to repay me back. So when it is against the rule, I think it is not good to go for the venture and do it. Even the legal papers are good and everything is correct. It is very difficult. So you have to think twice before doing it. That was a mistake on my part and I'm paying for it. So I'm trying to get out of it. That was a learning. So never do something which is against the rule. I don't know what happens.
Ma'am, can I ask a question?
Yes, Swapnil.
Yeah, thank you. Sir, I have one we want to start a startup based on event planning. So is there any provision with your catering services that we can combine with and we can start a start?
Yes, definitely. Many event management companies are in association with us, and we pay 10% of our billing to them as commission. You can definitely do it.
Sir, what will be the steps for that?
You come to me and we discuss out the things, and whatever catering job comes to you, you can refer us and get the commission on that.
Okay, sir. There is one more question that what will be more profitable, whether Bitcoins or investing in mutual funds?
Bitcoins is not legally accepted, so I don't think one should go in for Bitcoins. Investing in mutual funds is a better idea and stable idea. As I said, that you should go through an expert and rely on his knowledge instead of you doing it yourself. Unless you are totally into that business, that is all right. You have a lot of time to study about the mutual funds and all that, then you can do it yourself. But if you are doing some other activity or other business and keeping the surplus or the generated money in the mutual funds, then you should always take guidance from the experts. They hardly charge anything. Nowadays, they don't charge anything from you at all and give you good returns. And from my angle, the Bitcoin is not advisable. Not at all.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I also have a doubt. Can I ask?
Yes, sir. Nikhil, please ask.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. My name is Nikhil Deshpande. You said that you got 10 crore turnover this year. First of all, congratulations on that. And in the pandemic time, how did you convince your chefs and especially the delivery guys, which are more pro to the virus, and means how was you able to convince them that your life is more important or to do the job? I mean, you have got many losses like 10%, 20%, you said. But the convincing was, I guess, the hardest part. So how did you do that?
Their needs were also very low at that time. their schools were closed and all activities were closed. So even the basic salary was enough for them to survive. Even the landlords were not asking for rents. So that was not a problem. Just to keep them alive or the basic needs. If you take care of that, they were happy, and there were places where employers were not paying anything to the employees. There were examples. So we were far better than them, that we were at least giving them the basic salaries. Of course, the overtime and everything was out of question, but we were paying them. And we were taking some time also to pay. Like usually we paid by 7th of every month. And that time we used to pay till end of that month for the previous month's salary. But they took it in the right way and they're benefited now.
Yes,
Still
sir,
with
but
me.
the workers is okay part that you are a great boss. That's why they got their money. What about the customers? I mean, it would have been tough because we are daily customers of Zog and Zog
Yeah.
Hospitality. So I know, but how would you able to convince the customers to get food, because it was the primary source of virus uh, at that time to really spread.
Yeah. But that faith was always there, and many people told us that it is just you that we are buying food from outside. We were taking all precautions here, and we are still taking. And yesterday only we checked our entire staff. The RT-PCR done for the entire staff, and there was not a single positive case in our establishment. So we have been doing that, and people believed that. We are always open to show our kitchen and premises to the customer anytime. We are so clean and transparent in our dealings that people can see and vouch for it. So customers showed a lot of faith. Even nowadays, Saturday, Sunday, all the business is closed. But our home delivery food services has doubled than our usual business, especially on Sundays. The tomorrow the business would be double than what it used to be before. So that
Okay, sir, thank
happens. You have to earn the goodwill for so many years for that.
Okay, sir, thank you so much.
Now I think Vaibhav, we are running out of time. We will have jokes sir again. Okay.
Yeah. I would love to be there personally and interact with everybody rather
Yes,
than
sir.
speaking on this thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So we will have Vaibhav's question first in the next session. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Chalo,
So,
thank you.
It has been really a great session, sir. We all are really privileged to have you. So many practical tips from you. All these are the things we all know basically, but
Yes.
how relevant they are when you go into a business. That is something which has come to the surface today, and I think. This is very good that most of the first year and second year students have joined and they have listened to you. So they will be really getting benefit of all these tips. I am very much thankful to you on behalf of my organization. The earlier we had a chance to listen to Mrs. Jog also during Women's Day celebration.
Yeah.
I really feel proud that she has also shared the same way as you are. So you are really involving your family in true spirit and the business is running.
Yes.
And I'm a proud customer of Joe Caterers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you so much. Yeah.
We are
Yes,
thankful to
same here.
principal sir also. We are thankful to the faculty members and all the students. And thanks are also due to our student coordinators Sashmita Behra and Swapnil Chaudhary for organizing this event. Thank you, sir. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Sashmita, you may have some
Thank you.
announcement for the students.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. For participants, a feedback form link is provided in the chat box. Once you fill this form, you will receive an e-certificate for participation. Hard work is the most important key to success. Without being willing to work hard and put everything into a venture, business success is nearly impossible. On that final note, I, on behalf of IIC, declare that this session is ended here. Thank you so much, sir, for coming
Thank you.
here.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
sir.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Bye.